My name's Henry, and I'm in a group called Henry and the Seahawks. And we started in St. Augustine, Florida, back in 2001. A good buddy of mine named Stacy and I were sitting on a little gazebo in on Anastasia Island, right on St. Augustine Beach, and we were thinking of names of bands, and we came up with the name of Seahawks. And St. Augustine. I'm boring you guys. You guys want to lay down? Want a blanket?
No, we can tell this will be a long story. We're just sitting there.
Do y'all want the long story, or
No, we're all good, Henry.
They're all good.
why don't you guys go get coffee, and when you come back,
It'll be done.
no, I'll be finished with my intro. All he did is ask me my name. Henry. I'm Henry, and I'm sometimes long-winded. Sometimes I like to elaborate on things. I have things to say. But I had gotten to St. Augustine after a divorce. And, like most people, that's a real painful thing. And I was separated from my children. And, I'd done a lot of healing. I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, and spent a lot of time in Florida because that's where my wife and her family were from. And after our divorce, she moved back to Florida with her family, and so I started spending more time down there. And the musicians down in Florida really, and the people really took me in a real beautiful way, in a real meaningful way. And I eventually wound up in St. Augustine, and making some friends there, and St. Augustine's a place where I did a lot of healing, and it was so my perspective on the ocean and all that isn't quite it's not from the perspective of a vacation, or it's more from a perspective of it's just very much drawn to the ocean and nature and the sun and the warm winds, and just being able to kind of do a lot of walking and meditating, and it's just a place that I find a lot of harmony with the universe, if you will.